In a grand kingdom ruled by a greedy and self-centered king, there lived a poor family struggling to make ends meet. The family consisted of a hard-working father named Thomas, a loving mother named Eleanor, and their young daughter, Lily. Despite their impoverished circumstances, the family cherished the simple joys of life and believed in the power of kindness. One day, news reached the kingdom that the neighboring lands were facing a severe drought. Crops were withering and people were suffering. Thomas and Eleanor felt empathy for the plight of their neighbors and decided to share whatever little they had. They collected their meager harvest and set out to provide food and water to the neighboring villagers. Word of the family's compassion spread quickly, reaching even the ears of the king. Intrigued by the family's selflessness, the king summoned them to the royal palace. Upon meeting the poor family, the king was struck by their humility and generosity. He was moved by their willingness to help others despite their own difficulties. Curious to understand the source of their kindness, the king engaged Thomas and Eleanor in conversation. They shared their belief in empathy and the value of helping those in need. As Lily shyly looked up at the king with innocent eyes, the king's heart softened even more. Inspired by the family's story, the king began to reflect on his own behavior. He realized that his greed and selfishness had caused suffering to his own people. Determined to change, he vowed to mend his ways and use his power for the betterment of his kingdom. In the following days, the king initiated various reforms to improve the lives of his subjects. He allocated resources to provide relief to the drought-affected lands and worked to address the needs of the impoverished. The king's actions surprised and delighted the kingdom, earning him the respect and admiration of his people. As time passed, the once greedy king transformed into a wise and benevolent ruler, and he became known as the king with a heart of gold. The poor family's influence had changed his heart and guided him toward a path of compassion and selflessness. The kingdom prospered under his just rule, and the memory of the poor family's impact remained an enduring legacy. The lesson from this story is that kindness and compassion have the power to change hearts, even those consumed by greed. The poor family's example showed that the simple act of helping others, despite one's own challenges, can inspire positive change and create a ripple effect of goodness. In a world often driven by self-interest, this story serves as a reminder that our actions, no matter how small, can make a significant difference in the lives of others and lead to a brighter and more harmonious future for all.